Ew. Voice reveal. Nasty. Anyways, I am finally revealing my voice because I've gotten severely rage baited today. And I acknowledge that this is a very stupid and not serious, but simultaneously serious video I'm about to do. Um, I've been a lurker in the Vocaloid community for a very long time. Um, but this is the first time I will be commenting on anything, because Jesus Christ. This is so unserious. Anyways, this is gonna be about the stupid BBNO $, whatever the fuck his name is, gigalo song that is supposedly using Miku, but it isn't. Yeah, I know this is stupid. So, originally I did not care because I thought this was very much a cut and dry of like, this is clearly not Miku. And if you look at his original like TikToks, shorts, his content, it is clearly him making a joke that he dressed as Miku is the Miku singing. If that makes sense. Like, him saying this is Miku and then cutting to him dressing up in a Miku cosplay and like lip syncing to his song is clearly him doing it for the meme. Like, that's not Miku's voice, that's his voice. And I understood that like most casual listeners and like newer fans wouldn't pick up on it, but like what really truly raged me was the long-term fans and like so-called producers of TikTok. What are we on? What are we on? There was this one TikTok in particular that triggered my so-called rage. But I will not be showing it because they are a minor, and even though I have a total of 2 viewers that are not people that I know, I still want to cover my bases. Anyways, so the stupid ass song. The main reasons people think that it's Miku are either because of tuning, V6, AI, and then some random shit of him saying I have a license to Miku, and random ass comments being like, oh, the fact that she doesn't sound like a child means it's not her. Yes, that is a real thing people have said. So, the subject of tuning, I'm just gonna say it, the average Vocaloid fan does not understand what the fuck tuning is. We collectively, as a community, put too much faith in what it is, yet we do not know what it means and what it entails. A good person in the community, Joez Cafe, he makes really good videos on what tuning and like mixing is when it comes to vocal synthesizers. And he does kind of talk more about those technical aspects, but the average like Vocaloid fan puts too much faith into this point. If the phonetics aren't there, if the sounds aren't there, you cannot make those sounds. You cannot make the voice bank make the sounds. To me, the red flag in this stupid video was that a thing is with Miku producers and Vocaloid producers is that they have different tuning styles. And the audio you hear in the song, in the quote-unquote Miku voice, has no style to it at all. It sounds too basic, lack of a better term. Like even realistic modern English, keyword English, Miku tuners don't make Miku sound flat, if that makes sense. A big one, I think her name is Richie. She does wonderful Miku tuning with Miku English and Japanese Miku voice banks. And it sounds nothing like the audio we hear in this stupid song. My next point is V6. This is when the misinformation genuinely makes me tweak, and like, I understand it's not that serious, but as a long-term fan, I swear it is. Miku V6 doesn't exist. She doesn't exist yet. She's not out yet. So when people are saying, oh, it's her AI voice bank, she does not have one. Her AI voice bank does not exist. I don't know how else to tell you. It doesn't exist. So let me break it down. Her newest voice banks are, we have two different camps. We have her Vocaloid voice banks and her Pia Pro voice banks. Her Vocaloid voice banks, her newest ones being Miku V4X, Miku V4 English, and the Super Pack. When it comes to Pia Pro, we have Miku NT version 1 and version 2. None of these involve AI. Point blank, no AI is used in these voice banks. So anyone in these comment sections being like, it's her new AI voice bank. No, it isn't, because it doesn't exist yet. It cannot be her AI voice bank if her AI voice bank is not here. It doesn't exist. Makes me tweak. So the thing is her V4 voice banks are the newest Vocaloid voice banks. Off the top of my head, her V4X has existed since about 2016, 2017. I don't got my years right, but in Voca synth language, that is old. Way before the AI boom. And her V4 English, I think, came out like a month or two after, so still very old. Her V4 English is her only English up-to-date voice bank. All the other things I just listed are Japanese only. So when people are saying, oh, it's her V6, oh, it's NT, no, those are Japanese only. The only up-to-date English voice bank she has is her V4. She does technically have a V3. No one really uses it anymore. And honestly, you can tell when it's V3. And that's older. Anyways. So, what about the Super Pack? Because, you know, the Super Pack is technically the newest voice bank in the Vocaloid space. The Super Pack is quite literally just a repackaged V4 voice bank. If anything, people who like actually know about voice synth production have kind of theorized that some of the like voice recordings kind of sound edited like NT is. So at the very newest, I should say, the Super Pack is like a mixture of old V4 recordings and like NT recordings. But they are not new and they do not use AI. None of that. On the Pia Pro side, so we technically have NT1 and the newest one that just came out, NT2. Neither use AI again. And to quote the actual Pia Pro website, only Japanese voice library is included in Hatsune Miku NT. That means that Miku NT does not have English. So when people are saying that this song uses NT, they are wrong, because her English would not sound like that. If V4 English is the best sounding English voice bank for Miku at the time of recording, which is 2025, that means all other Japanese voice banks, sure, you could technically make it use English, it wouldn't sound good. It would not sound this good, let alone good, unless it was a highly capable Vocaloid producer. None of these are using AI. The only thing I can say is that the V6 engine itself does have AI tools, AI capabilities, but they don't fit onto old voice banks. You can't use the AI features on non-AI voice banks. So that's the thing. Miku V6 AI is not commercially available yet. She does not exist yet. How I know this? Because I've been tracking her development, because this girly wants to shill a bunch of money for it when it does come out. So I've been obsessively tracking its development. Anyways, she's not commercially available, because that's another thing I've been seeing, is people being like, well, these producers have it. Yes and no. People who have the V6 AI copies are under NDA, and honestly, people within the Vocaloid community have theorized that certain producers have Miku V6 AI or Miku NT version 2. But they cannot publicly say that they have those voice banks because they are under NDA. Also, Krypton, this isn't a new thing, but like Krypton they don't be sending random people the voice banks of their products that aren't out yet. They send it to long-term producers they have worked with, producers they know wouldn't leak this stuff. So the people who are probably using Miku V6 Deco 27, which is not confirmed, but people in the community have theorized, cannot say that they are using Miku V6 AI. Also, they are a very long-term producer that have worked with Krypton, and Krypton knows that they won't be leaking shit. Why would they send BBNO fucking a Miku product when who the fuck is that to them? Honestly. Israel, but they're like not official products. It's just stolen. I could see potentially how he could have accidentally used a Miku AI voice model, but as the guy is staunchly against AI, period, I don't think he would have accidentally done that. If anything, I can see him not fucking use Miku V6 if she were to exist, because she's an AI voice bank, and that would be its own can of worms that I'm not going to get into. I have several other shit to talk about. Another big thing is him saying I got a license to Miku. So, Miku has two types of licenses. She has a Creative Commons license, which there's two types. We have the non-commercial one and the commercial. Non-commercial Creative Commons Miku license, you can see it on piapro.net, it exists, is the non-commercial means you can just publish your work online, and it's basically allowing you to use fan art. Then we have the commercial license, which could be what he is referring to, which you literally have to email Krypton Future Media to use Miku. Basically, in theory, he could email Krypton Miku and be like, can I use Miku? And sell merch of Miku, because he has used Miku. Another producer that he has left be an official Miku cover, he has let that person, he has used Miku as a marketing gimmick, and I can definitely see him make merch of Miku and have it be like an official collab, because he has used Miku as a thing before. So I can definitely see him make merchandise, like make BBNO Miku merch that is officially licensed by Krypton, because you can ask them for that license. But that is all about using the image of Miku, not her voice bank. When it comes to her voice bank, it is like the same terms of conditions you can use for any other program. I'm not gonna lie to you, I do not know the Miku license when you download Miku. As someone who has obtained Miku, older versions of her, by other means, I have not paid attention because I am not going to be profiting off of it. However, when I do plan to buy Miku V6, then maybe I'll actually take a better look at it. I will acknowledge that, like, I do not know her vocal, like using her voice license, because you have to physically buy the product to get that license. I know it is more lax compared to other Vocaloids in the space, but like I said, I don't remember 100% off the top of my head, and that requires you to buy the program. Now, another thing I have been seeing is people being like, it is not him because he did not credit Miku. And there's a lot of people who are supposed Vocaloid fans. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Supposed Vocaloid fans that say you don't have to credit. I'm not gonna lie. You can flame me. But that shows me you're a fucking poser. That shows me you're a poser, because the biggest thing in the, like, Vocaloid software community, and like you are being a creator, you are making songs, you are covering songs, this, that, and the other, you credit people to the point, honestly, that the Vocaloid community credits people for things you don't necessarily need to credit them for. That's how we roll. And this kind of shows that this is either the casual fan who knows very little about, like, the actual Vocaloid community, they don't just consume the music and buy Miku figures, how much they actually engage with the rest of the community. And as you know, BB's whole brand on YouTube is that he credits artists, and to me it is very odd that he would use Miku in a song and not credit either Miku herself or who tuned Miku. Because it's not Miku, it's him. It's him. Lord, it is him. I think it's just so funny that there's just this whole like backlash of like people fighting, and it's clearly the people who are saying that in the song it is Miku, and they have all these reasons. They have no idea what the fuck they are talking about. You can tell they have not touched the goddamn program, or else they wouldn't be so blatantly wrong. And you may be like, well, then why are you making this video? Why did you go through all this effort? Because I got rage baited. I got rage. You successfully rage baited me, all of you. All of you. All of you. I would also like to kind of compare it to like a few years back, Ashniko. You know, another popular like internet rapper made a song that included Miku. And first off, it sounds like Miku. Is it the best usage of Miku? No. But it sounds like Miku. I don't know if Ashniko herself tuned Miku, or if someone on her team tuned Miku. But she definitely used Miku. I'd take fucking Daisy over this shit any day. I just wish people who like use Miku as like a selling point would actually engage with the community. It's been something that's been on my, I've kind of side-eyed since his other song that deals with Miku. I just think, you know, I'd much rather him support a smaller Miku tuner than like, oh, I'm using Miku and it's just rage bait. I feel like this is just kind of a detriment to the community a little bit. To me, I hate being this person. And I know unironically I'm going to be clowned on for this, but like I kind of wish more casual fans actually engaged with the community instead of just like, oh, here's a Miku figure, and now we're gonna have the same fucking 5 discourses over and over again. I have no idea how to end this video. This was passion. Actually, yeah, I did find a TikTok of someone who proved through the audio that it's not Miku, and they have actually tuned Miku to sing the song. I'll place it right here. The original creator of this clip is Rice Crispy on TikTok. I'm gonna have their video linked down below, but it does quite literally show that it is not Miku.
He don't love me. He don't want me. I just used him for his body. Yeah. Oh, he a gigalo. He don't love me. He don't want me. I just use him for his body. Yeah. Oh, he a gigalo. He don't love me. He don't want me. I just use him for his body. Oh, he a gigalo. He don't love me. He don't want me. I just use him for his body. Oh, he a gigalo.
Every time I need a max on the root, bet you bet I'm.
Most of the reaction images I've used in this video is from kaosart. I have their little card in my description as well. And the other reaction images are kind of just off the internet. Unfortunately, I could not find a lot of the sources, so I will acknowledge that. But if you want to follow me anywhere else, it's kawaii and kawaii on Instagram, TikTok. I post Instagram the most, and then anything that involves videos, I don't be posting videos that often, but who knows? Who knows? This could pop off. And then I can say other Vocaloid takes. Honestly, this video is more about me pushing myself to yap about Vocaloid instead of annoy people in my real life. As opposed to keeping all this to myself, because I've been a lurker for a very long time. I'm very passionate. I just don't be yapping on the internet.